If we did ring practice, we'd untie them, I'd bring Lelia out, they'd all link tails. We'd go up to the ring fence, the tent was already up, and then Dickie Chipperfield would open the curtains, and they were right, in you go, and he said to me, Max, he said, 50 yards over there. I had to keep away so I couldn't hear the training. And then the curtains were drawn. They were in there for about an hour and a half, and all you could hear was the whip cracking, like, get down, Lelia down, Lelia down. And we knew exactly what they were doing because all the Chipperfields had walking canes. But there's my walking cane. You think of the, Norman cane. Now they had a spike here, there, and they'd have a big longer one there. And what they would do to get the elephants, because the elephants were not too happy about them, because they knew they were going for training, they would grab the elephant by the ear, like that, and pull it along. And they'd go, come Lelia.
Come here, here.
There used to be blood behind the ear as well. That was another thing we noticed. So they'd grab an elephant by the ear to get it to go down on its knees. They'd get 2 walking sticks and pull back on the ears. The elephant would push his head forward and then go down the knees, and it knew. And then you crack the whip at the same time. The same thing as when they used to do, the elephants used to all go back on their back legs. Now the only way to do that, and I saw evidence of this, of the bleeding of the toenails. They had they spiked the toenails. So they would crack the whip and dig the toenails. If it wasn't obeying them, that's what they would do. And they would dig it in, they'd all go. So as soon as they knew the whip was cracking, up they would go. He would go, ear up, anyway. But that was the cruelty. So never kid yourself. I used to do 3 nights a week elephant duty. I would suddenly be called by Chipperfield, maybe at 1:30 or 12:30, something like that, for ring practice. And I thought, why did I want to do that at this time? So I used to have to unchain them, lead Lelia over there to their stand again, 50 yards away. The curtains would be closed, in they'd go, the whip would be cracking, maybe for an hour and a half. And one of the first things I noticed, they were trying a new act, and it was a back stand for Rani and Sally together. And I thought, they're not getting it right. And there was a lot of shouting from Chipperfield, and Rani do this, Rani do that. And then when she came out the ring, I noticed that Rani was bleeding from the toenails, because we used to polish those and paint them for the show. But she was heavily bleeding. And I said to Dickie, Dickie, what's going on? He went, no, it's all right, she's had a small accident. But they were putting the walking stick into the toenails, the fleshy part, and they would do that. You do that, they would bunch up like that. So that was what was happening. When the feet were bleeding, she had to be treated for that. And they couldn't use her in the show, very badly bleeding. Took 2 or 3 days to get her feet back to normal, yeah.